David Zritsky for the Bond Experience. Welcome back. Where am I? I'm at a secret location in New York City for an incredibly special event. By the way, so special, I got dressed for the occasion, and that's a part of the event today. We are here for the 60th anniversary of James Bond N.Peal event. Yes, folks, N.Peal. Gotten to know them through the years since Skyfall. Been pretty intimate with them in Spectre, and of course, No Time to Die. They haven't stopped the momentum. They've kept it going with a heritage line, of which I'm wearing a sports jacket blazer right now. The one with the man with the golden gun. I got to practice my the Roger Moore socks. I'm going to leave that up to Kyle Barbeau. But I'm fully decked out today. Ready for this? I've got my Omega on. I've got a Tom Ford shirt. I've got the Prada belt. I've got the black slacks like you did in the movie. Wait for it. I've got the man with the golden gun, golden socks on. Yes, we're fully kitted out to see this collection. Listen, you don't want to hear me drone on. Let's go check out the collection. Is there anything more fun than racks of James Bond clothing? I think not. First of all, we have some familiar characters. We've got the No Time to Die commando jumper. I know a lot of you own this. You've seen this before, but of course it's part of the trajectory of the line. We've got the Goldfinger V-neck. I have this at home. Is it my most worn piece of kit? Possibly. It's arguable. We've got some of the boys and girls from Spectre. I like how they connected these two together in case people forgot that these were both from Spectre, but they are. You see this peeking out in Solden, and of course in the finale of Spectre itself. And lest we stay away from Spectre, you also have the roll turtleneck, the most comfortable N.Peal sweater. Don't tell anybody. That's just for your knowledge, not mine. And of course, if you want to go old school, and old school meaning 2012, you can do Skyfall. Yeah, you could still replicate that, but this is screen accurate because N.Peal made it for the movie. All right, folks, this is the point where we go into uncharted territory. I gave you a sneak peek of Roger Moore here, but now we've got, when I say old school, I mean old school. Sean Connery's Crombie coat right here. By the way, we'll get some B-roll of this later. You don't need to come in close. The hang tag. And I know you like to talk about these little details. The hang tag is a collectible in and of itself. You want to throw away the price tag? This isn't an orange that you're peeling something off. The N.Peal 60th anniversary, 60 years of Bond. Beautifully embossed, hard stock, has the price tag on it, but this is a navy woven men's coat. I'm telling you folks, this simplifies it. We're going to try this on, but this is actually beautifully cut. You can see right here, we've got that crushed velvet velour in the top there. And I don't know if you're picking it up with the lights. We'll show some really good shots of this later, but it is a midnight navy. So Bond. Is there anything more Bond than a midnight navy? Length, by the way, is perfect, and I dare say this would keep you warm in any cityscape. But ladies and gentlemen, many of you have come for this. When you think about Bond and you think about iconic, chances are you're thinking Goldfinger, whether you're a fanatic or an amateur Bond fan like yourself. But this is the three-piece suit from Goldfinger, the one that he has the tryst in Kentucky. A lot of classic moments, but this is it. And now this is where N.Peal takes a momentous step forward. You know them as the cashmere people. You've seen a little bit of silk blend. They dabbled in cotton and won you over with cotton, and now they're doing suiting. They're doing suiting. This was a big aha moment. But as I stand here, and we'll model this later, you know we're getting to that. Okay, there's just some things that beg trying on the whole thing. I hope you can get a whole shot in here. You're recognizing this, I know you are. This is the Goldfinger three-piece suit from Goldfinger, the Kentucky scene, like I showed you over there. But now we've got it actually on a human being, and it looks like a fantastic suit, the way it drips, the way it hangs. But check this out, folks. You've got the vest with the correct lapels on them. A lot of little details going to work. The way this drapes, and this is a size 40 on me, not much needs to be changed. I mean, maybe, I'm trying to hold his hand like Sean Connery, subtly, like you wouldn't even know. Maybe, obviously, I'm going to need some hemming to happen, but that's not a big deal. It's those little details that we really enjoy. And if you want to go full Connery, you could just have a chat, grab a mint julep, not too sweet and not too tart, and put your hands in the pocket, and suddenly you are transported to that movie. It's amazing what an article of clothing can do like this. But if you want to stay with Connery, and who doesn't, this is the Nehru jacket. Now you're familiar with the Nehru jacket from Dr. No, Ursula Andress, very classic moment. This is their homage piece, and I want to stop for a moment and really focus on what is an homage piece versus cosplay. This isn't costuming. This is something you're going to make your own. You come for Bond, but you stay for David Zaritsky and other people. This is an homage piece, so it's not exactly the linen piece. This is still done in cashmere, but this is if N.Peal was hired as the costume designer for Dr. No. This is what they would have come with, the Nehru collar, and look at this pop of color. You've got that kind of, what is that, brandy wine? I'm making PMS colors up. We'll call that like a mauve wine type of Cordovan color that kind of surprises people, beautifully lined on the inside. I'm going to nominate this for possibly one of my favorite pieces so far until I came to this. And so now we've got the Goldfinger tuxedo. We've got, again, the peak lapels. We've got all the correct things. But folks, what I love about this is they got the color right. So many people do white or off-white or eggshell, if that's even a thing. It doesn't belong on a wall. But from a jacket standpoint, when you think about Bond authenticity, this one hits all the pieces. I'm going to go over the line and say this actually looks pretty accurate to the screen. This is not quite an homage piece. This is hitting it on the nails. Again, beautifully lined. We'll get some of those details. If you are a classic Bond person and you had to choose any of these, you'd be hard pressed to choose between these two. But if you need a good entry point, I think this is it. This to me, when you show up here with like black pants like I'm wearing, you are Bond. You're transported. But there's more to see. I know you're sitting here saying it keeps going. This is no mere pop of a line. So now you've got a play on Connery's Goldfinger golfing shirt. But they really did their own thing here. Take a look at this emblem. It is The World Is Not Enough, but not the movie. It is the Bond coat of arms, conjugated a little bit. It's their own take on it, but it's very subtle. And this is one of these if you know moments. Of course it is. You're saying like it's not quite accurate. You need a polo to go underneath it. They've done that too. But of course they did. They did the polo, the gray polo that peeks out of there, so you can put the whole outfit together. Now in this particular one right here, this is Moonraker. You know you love when Roger Moore pre-title sequence jumps out. You could actually pair this with one of the Nehru things and have an entire outfit based on Roger Moore's jump. And of course, we are back right here with a very familiar thing. Now this is a jacket that's been in their line for some time. It's a favorite. This is the Milano jacket, but it's back. It's better than ever. And another thing that's back is the Live and Let Die turtleneck as well. But we've got something new, because of course we do. This is one of my favorites, and it actually was Danielle's favorite when I took this out to do the review. This is a crushed velour, absolutely amazing, midnight navy tux jacket. This is the one from The Spy Who Loved Me. You know the scene. when he walks through Egypt and he's kind of sauntering along with Barbara Bach, this is the jacket. Now, I gotta tell you, it's its own take, but this is its own kind of wonderful moment. This you could tie, somebody here wore it with jeans and it looked great. You could wear it with black pants, you could wear it with beige chinos. This is about having fun and whimsy. And that's kind of what this collection is all about. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with a very familiar face, Sway, the president of N.Peal. Hello again.
How are you? Very well.
This is an adventure that you've created for us today.
Oh, thank you.
It is.
We tried. We tried to do something very intimate and very authentic to our brand. So I think this atmosphere is just perfect today.
And correct me if I'm wrong, because we're all about the environment. You handpicked this place. Is it to capture kind of the Bond essence and the line coming together?
Absolutely, and a little bit throwback of an homage, which is basically what the collection is as well. So yeah, just that gentleman vibe. I think we all are enjoying that today.
You nailed it, but you always suit the atmosphere with the pieces and the products. And that's why we always talk about that N.Peal just isn't a product, it's about an experience as well.
Correct.
So I've got big questions here, and only you can answer them. First of all, how long ago does N.Peal start thinking about a line before it comes to fruition like this?
This was perhaps 2 years in the making. And, all of us have been reading books and watching movies that I've never watched before, being educated by my friends like David, which has been fun.
Yeah.
Us in the Bahamas recently.
Oh my gosh, that was the think tank, right? The think tank in the Bahamas?
Yeah, I could appreciate the enthusiasm behind the bond.
It's true because, one of the things I've enjoyed watching N.Peal's creative process is not about, let's just do everything. It's about picking the right thing and how it translates for your brand. So were there items where you were like, something, it's not for us?
I can't think of one particular, but we did think what would be sexy, what would still be, I believe our brand, especially for men, make everyone look smarter, more chic, more put together. And so these are we've looked at some of the pieces prior, and we both agreed everything looks so dapper. Everything is just what you would expect it to be.
And making customers, clients like me look more chic, more dapper, and smarter. I need all the help I can get, so I really appreciate it. But it begs a question because there's a lot of pressure. The different lines that you've released, that you've created, that the company's put out there have so much resonance, not just in the Bond community, but with people that enjoy style and fashion. So when you release something like this, is there a little bit of a nail-biting moment, like, I hope they like it?
I think this is the first time where I fell in love with absolutely everything that I'm even pleasantly surprised now seeing it in person, because it's one thing to see it and you're making it and you're still looking at swatches and designs that way, but when you can actually touch it and feel it, I think we did an excellent job, and I think everyone's going to be pleasantly surprised.
Well, I was. And I've been, talking to you for months about this. The reality is, though, you said something really important I want to dwell on for a moment. It may not be enough in some cases to just see it online, because to come in, look at your size, I'm wearing a size 40 right now, for example. I might have a little nip and tuck in the back because it is about fine tailoring, right? So you want to refine it. But it's also the hand. Like, you can't appreciate how soft, drapey, and wonderful these things are until you walk into a store.
Absolutely. And just like the little details that you'll see, touches of velvet that you weren't even expecting, the buttons in a satin that you weren't expecting that either. It's just, I think little details like that would be much more appreciated in person.
Yeah. And speaking of details, I know there are some of you that unfortunately are not close to an N.Peal location, a store, etc. We are going to be doing a review of these different pieces, talking about sizing and fit. And you know how I do it. I talk about the size, I'm a 40-41, 31-inch waist until she serves me lunch, and then I'm a 33, I guess. But we will talk about how these things fit you so you can make those appropriate choices. One last question. This is a beautiful collection. I'm not biased at all. But this is going to be a tough act to follow in and of itself. Are you already thinking about the next thing, or are you actually going to take a break and enjoy this?
I think we're taking a break right now, but there's a lot of exciting things coming to our brand that I think everyone will be eagerly to anticipating that as well. So, but we are very appreciative of the Bond fan and the Bond aficionados that collect these items because they are, they're great conversation pieces. But yeah, there's more to come.
More to come. What a way to end, too, and a great tease. Sway, thank you so much.
Oh.
I got to do it the European way. She always corrects me on that. Okay, that about does it. I'm going to go back in and enjoy the party, but wow, first impressions. Now, we're going to be doing more specific videos that go deeply, deeply into the specifics of the product, what they look like on the inside, and yes, how they fit. So stay tuned for that. I got to tell you, it's a little bit lonely. I was the only one from the Bond community here, and if only I had someone to share this with, ask about it, a man about town, somebody like that, but I have to just...
Watch it. Oh.
Are you serious?
Again, with the dressing alike.
Kyle Barbeau, easy smile and beginner watch. No. A view to a Kyle?
Sure.
Damn it.
Whatever you want to call it.
Do you shop in the same places I shop in?
Evidently, we come to these special New York locations and, look at clothes together.
All right, so Kyle was good enough to be my videographer, DP, cameraman, all the above, producer, the whole nine yards.
So all the nasty fan letters can come to me this time.
That's right. Shaky cams, table of one.
Right.
But, all right, the side effect of coming to help me in this is that you get to try on all this cool stuff.
I know.
We are
It's
seriously
like a dream.
twinning right now.
It's kind of fun.
Talk to me about the line. What do you think?
I love it. I mean, anytime a brand embraces what the fans are really passionate about, it's kind of extra special. They know we're geeks, and they like it. They celebrate it.
Don't tell thousands of people that. Yeah, we're not cool.
We're all comfortable enough to admit it.
Yeah. Now, you're wearing a particular jacket.
I am.
I told you you could have put on anything. Why did you gravitate to this one?
Well, everybody knows my affinity for Roger Moore, especially what he wears in The Man with the Golden Gun. There's nothing in that movie that he wears that I wouldn't wear in my
You
own
mean
personal life.
this golden gun right here?
Exactly.
I'm not a geek at all. What do you... What?
Don't count on that.
Yeah, don't tell anybody.
Right.
But was this a highlight for you?
Oh, absolutely. This is something that I know you and I have spoken about this for a long time,
We did.
that we've been coveting a jacket just like this for years. And N.Peal heard that, and
We thought nobody would
look
make
at it now. Exactly.
And then actually what's nice about it is it's not a throw from the 1970s. They've modernized it appropriately so you could wear it anywhere. Country, I mean, obviously from the way it looks, to the city.
I would feel very comfortable wearing this in New York. And one of the things I like about it a lot is it's very light. When you see that jacket on screen, it kind of reads as like a heavy wool.
Good
This
point.
is not that. This is very much a Four Seasons jacket. I think
Yeah.
you could stay cool in this. And if, depending upon what you wore underneath it, you could dress it up and be warm in it.
Could you wear it in Phuket?
Why not?
Phuket.
Phuket.
Okay. Easy. It's a children's
It's a family show.
It's not so much. All right, one last question.
Sure.
Yes, you chose this one. But if you had a Sophie's choice of a second one that you absolutely saw today and you thought, this exceeds my expectations, what is that other piece?
The Goldfinger dinner jacket.
Yes.
I was not expecting to see that. That was a surprise.
Same.
So that one took me completely by shock, and I think they really nailed it. It's completely screen accurate, and I'm looking forward to getting my hands on one day.
Kyle, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Always
All
a
right.
pleasure.
Now we got to sign off because there's libations to be drank and food to be eaten. So this has been,
Kyle Barbeau,
from where?
Easy Smiles and Expensive Watches.
See, you pronounce it right. I don't. And David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience. And we'll see you all real soon.
Time for me to get back behind the camera.
Get out of there. Take care. Thanks for watching this episode. If you want to be up on the latest from the Bond Experience, just click on this subscribe and subscribe to our channel. You're going to get all the latest and greatest information, plus some exclusive content. And by the way, speaking of content, here's something especially for you, just because we know you. Talk to you soon.